Hi there. So if you've clicked on this video, you're wondering how I could have possibly improved the Osee Gostream Deck Pro. It is a very capable device. What possible thing could I have done to this to make it better? Well, it's not a firmware update, so spoiler alert, it's not a firmware update. This is a hardware fix, and one that you can do yourself. And if that interests you, well, stay tuned because you're watching Blue Collar Guy. Okay, we're back. So what could I have possibly done to this thing to make it better? And what could I possibly have done that would be a hardware update that would have made it better? Well, I'm going to get into it, and we're going to go to the downward shot using the Osee Gostream Deck Pro. And I'm going to put myself here, and I got myself in a nice little circle today. So and just to let you know, I'm using all of the equipment. I'm using the Osee Gostream Deck Pro for the recording onto the SD card, and I'm also using the Osmo Pocket 3 to do my video recording because it is keeping me, see, in the nice center of the screen. So what is in this little box that can improve this device? Well, let's just open it up and see. And here we go. That's right, cooling fans. One of the problems that I had with this thing was it gets very hot. And I don't mean just a little hot, I mean like thermal imaging, hot cup of coffee hot. And anyone that has bought one of these and has felt the underside of it knows exactly what I'm talking about. It is uncomfortably hot. And I know that it hasn't affected the performance, and I talked about that in the one video where I've discussed this device, that no one has complained about it overheating to the point where it has affected its performance. But I do know one thing about electronics. If it gets too hot, it's going to affect the possible performance of the microchips inside. You can get what they call glitches, where things become a little glitchier. And it can also affect the lifespan of the electronics. So electronics tends to die a lot sooner if it's running at high temperatures for long periods of time. And that is why cooling is a big thing. If you look at all of the computer shows where they talk about, gaming and things like that, cooling is a big issue. So why would not cooling be an issue with this? After all, it is kind of like a little computer. So we're going to get rid of the box, and we're going to talk about these. And I also brought in the I did a review on this device too. This is a sound pressure level meter. It's going to tell us how noisy the fans are so that you can judge for yourself if it affects the, if it's going to creep into your videos or not. Noisy fans can be an issue. Now, I'm going to plug these in. They just come like this. You can get these, by the way, and I'm just going to go over to the computer here. So let me just queue up that. Now, this is where I got them. I got them on Amazon, and they are right here. So they claim they are silent, that they are, gives the dimensions of them here. So let me just get into the sizes. So they're 3.6 inches by 1.8 inches high and 3.64 inches, well, they're square. They're totally square. They have their own little rubber feet, and they have 3 settings on here, and I'm just going to circle that here. So if you look over here, you'll see that there's, where the arrow is, there's an off, a low, and a high setting right around here, okay? So now, here we go. There's a bigger view of it. So you've got your different settings for that. And then it's got the, there's an example of, long lasting 65,000 hours, I guess it can last till. Makes the fan more stable. and the shock absorbing pad. So I plan on just putting this right on top of it, and it will help get the air moving. So if you have video equipment or audio equipment or any kind of equipment and you just want to get air in or out of it, this is your animal. So what does this little device cost? Well, over here we've got it's at $19.99. So not huge money, but it doesn't come with a little power brick. You have to pick one of those up at, either the dollar store or someplace else, or maybe buy one of the Amazon Basics one. So let's just go back to the we're going to go back to the downward shot here. And so this is the fans here. This is the rubber feet, okay? And I'm going to plug them in. So I've got myself a little jack here. This one holds actually two. So we'll just plug that into there. And then I'll plug that into an extension cord that I have over here. And we'll turn them on and see what we got here. So I've got the DJI Mic 2 on right now, so tell me if you can hear the noise. This is the low setting, and we're going to get the sound pressure level meter on here. Let's turn that on. So on the low setting, we've got 40. It's catching my voice too, so let me just go slow down the weighting here. So we've got turn on the light. There we go, C weighting. So whenever you're measuring sound, you always usually put it on C weighting, gives you an average. So let's call it 62, which isn't bad. And that's what the other noises in the room. See, when I talk, it goes up. We're going to turn it on medium now. About 66. 69, 70 decibels on that. Okay. Not too bad. And if you move it away a little bit, that's gonna go down. So depending on how far away your equipment is. Okay. So let's put these in action and see what they do. So right now it's blowing air up because I've got the labels facing up. So it's bringing cooler air in from underneath. And I'll just set this aside here. Maybe we'll turn that off. If you want to know the review on this, I have a video that you can check out, and what it costs and everything. So let's just shut this off and get it where I want to put it. So I want to put it underneath the, oh, and that's already getting really warm under there. So underneath, I'm going to just take a picture of that. It's at 50 degrees. 50 degrees Celsius under there already. Okay, so it raises it up, which is actually good too, because that creates an air space. And then I'm going to turn it on. Might as well turn it on the maximum to get this cooling off here. And that's pretty much it, like here, I'll bring it over here just to give it a better idea of what it looks like. And it creates a little space underneath. So the distance that you have underneath here is about, well, I guess, what does it say on here? I think it's about 1.8 inches. So you got about 2 inches of air gap, which in itself helps the device, keeping it cold. And I'm going to leave that over there. So that's on its highest setting. So we're going to go back to me. And I'm going to just pan over to here and turn my little circle thing off. And that's it. Now, can you hear the fans on my microphone? You're probably picking them up just a little bit. But if I turn it down to low, because you probably wouldn't need it on super high, so that's on the very lowest setting. So on the lowest setting, pretty quiet. I think the fan in my power station, which you probably heard kick on and off, is probably noisier than this. And yeah, overall, I think that this will improve your Osee Gostream Deck Pro. And it's only $20, so it's a good bang for the buck. Do I think they could have put a fan inside the unit? And I do think that on some of their other types of units, they do have fans in them, but somebody was saying that those fans can be a bit on the noisy side. There's an airplane overhead, so I live near an airport. And that's it. That's it for this video. And I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that it solves a concern that you might have as well, because I know that when I felt the underside of that thing, that it was a little bit too hot. When you grab something and it feels like a really hot cup of coffee, and that's the best way to describe it, where you wouldn't want to hold the edges, then that tells me that that's a little bit on the too hot side. And given my knowledge of electronics and how it can really shorten the lifespan of those things, I think this is a pretty good investment for $20. It's going to keeps it off the desk. And you know, I'm already noticing, even on low setting, even on its lowest setting, I'm noticing a noticeable improvement. Like when I put my finger on it, it's just like lukewarm now. So, and if it was to get really super hot, you can always crank the fan up. And these fans will probably last longer even on the lowest setting. What does it say? 65,000 hours? So let's convert that into days. Computer, 65,000 hours into days.
65,000 hours is 2,708 days.
Computer, 65,000 hours into years.
65,000 hours is 7 years and 5 months.
Okay, so 7 years and 5 months. That's the number I was looking for. So, 7 years, 5 months. How about that? So 7 years, 5 months, $20. Yeah, that's a good deal. Anyways, that's it for this video. I hope you liked it. I hope it helps. If you have this type of equipment or any other type of electronic equipment that is getting a little bit on the hot side, and by the way, that fan is from the power station. I find it to be a little bit more intrusive than the fans that I just picked up for $20. So if you need to cool something and you need to cool it cheap, I would recommend it. I'm going to leave a link in the description. I am not an Amazon affiliate, so everything I got here I paid for with my own money. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe. I really appreciate my viewers. And one thing I will say, I will do my very best to answer your comments. Take care, be safe at work, and I'll see you at the next video.